There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. Blessing our time and our efforts are rest. The brothers giving us here and the promise of them. The work of my life without fear.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Play Paris, who make on you. I can't ask you if you been you. Say my journey, Tina can ask my jamo. And yes, I know money. The more I get you. And you love me. The more I get you. What is
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't flee ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I couldn't flee ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandmother.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Calling out people who willing to serve. The flesh, our time and our efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside to Raji to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Montserrat to San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonkan to the Maggie B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, Sktv, we are the best in Liberia. Sktv, we are the best in Africa, folks. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, based on your time zone. You know, we are different time zone. There are a lot of people in Japan. In fact, for a matter of fact, I think by this time, they are, I think it's early or maybe it's still dark from the end, even though it's early in the morning, because by this time it should be between 4 to 5 o'clock in the morning in Japan. But again, good evening to all of you, our cherished followers, our listeners, our lovers, those of you who support us financially, and those of you who also support us morally, and those of you who also support us spiritually. And indeed, let me give it out to all of you, our religious people, even though sometimes the matter in which we talk, I know some of you sometimes, yeah, you feel that, the people, but again, that's the beauty of life. Let me be frank. Any kind of a true God love or in fact true child of God will not be angry with the way we talk, because the matter of fact, people like John the Baptist before, that's how they used to talk, you know. So don't get vexed the way we talk, because we all want for the better. Nobody want to see the other human who also on the earth here to enjoy life, to be going wayward, to be to be struggling with life, why you have few good group of people. No, and I mean, if you go in the book of Timothy, is there. The book of Timothy talk about people who are greedy. So if you're greedy, well, then that's it. But again, help us share the show. Today is Thursday, the 5th of March. For matter of fact, these days and these months are not waiting. No time to waste. So this month, the moving with speed. Help us share the show. For matter of fact, the show will be interesting this evening. So many things to talk about. So many things happening. Our president, my own deacon, on today. In fact, had his first cabinet meeting in 2026. And in a cabinet meeting, you see my deacon. My deacon was so serious for it. He said, help us share the show. My Deacon was so serious in a cabinet meeting today, and yeah, he said so many things. In fact, he also talked about people who are quote unquote, in fact, who are honor money is government. He talked about the Ministry of Commerce. Yeah, and that you find that he's not joking. We're not here for chicken feed business. The control interesting. What? Yeah, God, oh God. But again, help us, man. People help us share the show interesting time in our lives, especially when it comes to what's happening around the world. Some of us who are doing this thing about politics or religion, especially about religion, we got to stop. What happening is it has nothing to do with religion. No matter how many religions around the world will not make you to be connected with God. Only your heart, the love you share with your fellow human, that one will make you to be connected with God. If you want to know that, go back into the Quran, go back into the Bible and read some of the old people that have been mentioned, like for example, Abraham, Moses, and all of the great people that have been talked about in the Bible and in the Quran. Go and follow all of the history. They were not moving around with religion, throwing religion on their head, back to back. No. And that's what I love about the Bible. If you go back into the Bible, it says, let your light. It doesn't say, carry the religion, let it be shining on you. No. It said, let your light shine. Amen. God, Father, help us. We want to go back to preaching here, man. We want to do the look. We want to talk to some of you there who think that religion will carry you to heaven. Allah, they lie to you. Anybody tell you that being part of any religion will carry you to heaven? Sometimes listen to some of people. Oh, when you die by this way, you're going straight to heaven. Who told you? Anyway, you help us share the show. Yeah, I thought, look, so I can be thinking that I'm not like Bill get problem, but to admit, I think the whole world get problem. Yeah, to admit, especially when it comes to understanding, when it comes to education, because even Nigeria, I see, in fact, I saw people protesting, people having rally, they're doing all kinds of things, other people for, other people against, other people. I was like, oh God, what kind of life we live in? So you see, good evening, Mata Gay Owi. Thank you for joining us. Indeed, thank you. Lyrical Vapor, also thank you for joining. David Williams, thank you for joining. Rest of you that just give us a like, comment, and share. More will soon be here. Steve will join us on today. The show will be more than interesting. The government of the Republic of Liberia, for a matter of fact, has other additional fees, what you may call, other additional 50, or in fact 0.55% to the IGO. They call it the IGO. That means the fee oil. So the fee oil now jump from $750, I think that's what it used to be like, to 910 Liberian dollars as we speak. So if you're going out there to buy your fee oil, carry 910 Liberian dollars or 4.88 cent USD. Indeed, we say these things, you have to feel that we are against. Again, today I was able to talk to one of our regular caller, even though I'm waiting for the team to come on. But again, let me say this, that I interacted with Samuel D. Kekula. He's always calling on the show. First of all, before he talk, he will greet the president of the Republic of Liberia and go to what he want to say on so many occasions. So, but Steve Monk is here already. Let me bring more on while I go into that. Yeah, but Monk is here. My brother, go evening, Monk. I don't know whether he's setting ready or he's still setting up. All right, so while Monk is setting up, let me just say what I was saying to all of you that indeed, look, Liberia is far from the US, where we have the two political party system. That, for example, you have the Republican and you have the Democrat. for more fundamental here in Liberia, people always say the political reward is not in heaven. But guess what? These rewards are being given to the political actually call elite. That's the word I want to use. To the political elite. And the political elites, they will give the position to their family members, to their associates. And that come out, I think that was once upon a time with the climate, I think that was development. What kind of climate report that came out? Yes, I think, yes. That they said that the government is corrupt, and the government associate, they can also give some of the corrupt money or some of the positions to their associates. That mean though that he report. But Mark, I don't know what my brother is saying already. Mark, are you there? All right. So
hello.
Okay, I'm getting a Mark. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe what's up? Good to be here. Thursday, Sktv, 5th of March, 2026. A lot of stuff training, both domestically and internationally. But I guess we only cover the most important topic for now. Maybe we'll extend the rest tomorrow, hopefully. Concerning issue. We got a social issue today. I think as we are all aware about some video circulating on social media about a brother that was brutally beaten in Ghana. And he died on his way to the hospital. And people are cautioning and making the case for restraint because some of the statement coming from Liberians online, very vile from both sides of the aisle. So we need to tone it down with this thing. I think 3 individuals have been apprehended, including the 4th one, suspect in Ghana, about what happened. So there's not Liberia. They got the authority that are doing their work. So instead of threatening Ghanaians living in Liberia on social media, this thing doesn't bode well. So, but we'll get into details maybe as we go further in the show. So I just wanted to highlight that part. Concerning the fuel and gasoline price. I don't know what led to that. Maybe it's the war in Iran because the big economy start crying here. Liberia started crying already. I don't know if this is another cover up for the price issue, but we see. And then the next thing about some business insider report will go in depth about this new deal that will be coming to Liberia to the tune of $3 billion, a survey that was conducted by the Chinese government dating back to 2025. And why it's happening, we'll give you the reason behind that story. I did a lot of digging yesterday. I think I even sent you a video that we play for our audience today so they get an idea as to what's happening. And the Chinese have started making some investment already. I didn't know that the LBS and some of the studio equipment, the television, the radio, they were all part of it. I think they have already made an initial investment of $5.5 million just to the Liberia broadcasting system. So they are not only giving you it's for a bigger deal, something that you don't understand. That's why we are here on Sktv, so we'll keep you updated. And we are here. Good to be here, Mabel. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, my dear brother. In fact, for even saying some of the things that some of us we were even thinking about saying that indeed about some of the investment here and there back to back. But we'll go into that. I was talking about one of our regular listeners on today because last evening I was a little bit busy with the football game business. So after the time, I said, okay, I will call him today, and I was able to call Samuel D. Kekula. But Mark, it's quite frustrating. It is indeed, I don't even know how to even describe it, but Samuel D. Kekula lost everything. Young man coming up, having his business, and been robbed by armed robber. Even like, in fact, right now as we speak, he's not well, he's sick. What are his voice coming from the hospital? Monk, sometimes your little income and your life, when everything go away from you, my brother, so much frustration. Look, life is not easy, Monk. And now I'm getting to understand that no wonder why sometimes people die from heart attack, people die from frustration, and people die from all kinds of things. But it's a lot of things to me, and so our planning, maybe the team will reach out, we'll have it on the show, but I don't think it'll be soon because from all indications, I think somebody Kekula is seriously ill, and I don't know how maybe we can reach out. But again, Mark, I just decided to pass this information to the team because what we do here is for our people Even though sometimes they insult us, they accuse us, they say all kinds of things about us, but again, it's for the forward march and the betterment of our people.
Yeah, most definitely. He's a regular caller, and I think it was you. We asked about him yesterday. I think it was your uncle that gave us a little bit of update as to what was happening with him. We knew exactly what happened to him. We just don't know his current condition and if he's doing well or not. If if the issue had turned into something more of a health problem. But that's what we are here for. I know I trust our audience on SKTV. Sometimes we go beyond the call of duty to answer some of these calls from our listeners and supporters from the US and other parts of the world. So we reach out to Ali. For me, I had something in mind. I mean, it's the tax season in America here. I know some people have filed their little tax return, so we'll be asking our audience. I wanted to schedule something like a little press for you on the 15th of this month, which will be the hours of March 15th, which will be a holiday. But now that we will get Kakura into the picture now, I will reach out to Ali. Maybe we'll do our lay offering basket, the coalition of the willing. Like I always say, we don't put too much stress on our supporters and listeners and sympathizers on SKTV. We ask them willingly. If the one who will be able to do it, they can do it. That's why I keep saying the coalition of the willing. You are under no obligation. Anything you do here for SKTV is based on your own discretion. If you believe that we are doing a great work here, then most definitely you will support the work of Sktv. So to our listeners, to our big sisters here, we say on the 15th we'll be passing our offering basket. So now we'll be having two individuals in the basket, something for Melbourne and our brother who is seriously sick. So it will be up to them. We'll see what happens next. Well, I know I trust my people. I know they will show up. So Ali will be here.
So Mark, let me ask you mentally, because you always say a lot of things apart from our regular discussion and so forth. Sometimes you talk about human health, the way we go about with things. So what are you, if I to ask you, Mom, I now want to maybe to preempt, but what are you suspecting? It's something like mental, because sometimes when this kind of thing happen to you, they shock. Yeah. So in your own mind, Mom, what are you? Yeah.
I'm now a medical doctor. Or just recently I started studying about holistic health. When my picking really got sick, and maybe I didn't tell people on the show, I was in a hospital for 8 months. My picking was born with an arrhythmia. It's an irregular heartbeat. And the expectation was over time, the kids, they are different. They develop differently, right? So the consensus was most of the kids that born with that condition, as they grow, the heart muscle gets stronger. That was the consensus based on medical report, based on the numbers, because doctors themselves, they're not 100% sure all the time. So for some kids, as they grow older, like I said, the heart muscle gets stronger. For my Peking, it was the opposite. The older he got, the weaker the heart started having. So, and my Peking, he spent the most time with me. So when I talking to the Mayo Clinic, you know what those men did over there? They said they wanted to check me out. I said, why? They said, because when you are a parent taking care of a sick patient over an extended period of time, it can have a psychological impact on you as well, including your health. So we want to see exactly what's going on with you. They rushed me to the lab. You know the result that came from the lab? High cortisol, high sugar level from excessive stress and not getting quality sleep. That was my diagnosis. And you know what? You know the advice the doctor gave me? He said, in as much that you want for your kid to get better, I will warn you that there is nothing you can do. He's already in the hospital. Just leave it. If you have a guy that you can pray to, leave it to God and leave it to the medical professionals. Don't overstress it, because high cortisol level, it can lead to so many issues. Excessive stress and not getting quality sleep. That's exactly what happened to you. When I came from that hospital, my brother, started resting, taking my regular rest, trying not to worry too much about situation. So I understand where he's coming from when you build little things to take care of you, especially in a country where there is no job. And everything that you depend on taken away. That's why I feel for the people who houses are being demolished. The country is already high on a normal basis. Then the last place you get to relax your head, just to worry about the next day, somebody come and take it from you. You know what happened to you? Some people will even survive that situation. So, like I said, we'll reach out to the team. Thank God Steve is here, and hopefully, Ali, maybe we'll do something on the 15th. Like I said, coalition of the willing, you are not forced to, but if you think we are doing great work here and you want to reach out to the brother, then so be it. But Steve, welcome to the show. I turn it over to you guys. Yeah.
Well, folks, hello. Let's share the show. The chairman yet? Those of you that have been asking for the chairman, been looking for the chairman yet? I got a call yesterday from a brother who used to attack me on Facebook on the show. I was telling Monk sometime this morning about the brother. The brother sounded like a repented sinner. He sounded like Zacchaeus. Y'all share the show, folks. Your chairman bagging. The chairman, yeah, 100%. The brother sounded like a repented Zacchaeus. Remember, yesterday too, I listened to the other brother. He's a call from that will call who they high and one praise Joseph Boaka. I know Samuel.
Samuel D. Kekula.
Samuel D. Kekula sounded like a repented Zacchaeus as well. Y'all repent one by one. You know the good thing? As you're repenting, your sins will be forgiven here on SKT. We'll forgive you. We'll forgive you, but we'll continue to remind you. Folks, let's share the show. The show will be too hard today. The chairman yet? Don't check it. Don't check the chairman yet.
And when we're talking about some of the social video, and over the social video, more.
Well, the social video there. We not get problem. The chairman yet, live and direct. Don't even check. Tell all my friends back. I beg you.
Yeah, man. James David, your chairman, your share the show. Leo says, Vincini Junior Bar, thank you. Your share the show, man. The show will be interesting today, but that's it. Like Steve said and Stephen Moore, that's the fun. When we come, look, you don't even know your own frustration that you're going through. When we come here, then you want to be playing defense. Yeah, today, few breaths now go up. How are you going to defend the other kind of news? How are you going to defend the other situations? But again, their price, or in fact, their salary will not be reduced. And the whole thing they will. Whenever more you go ahead, it should be interesting. So yes, Liberia we're good. Let me just give a few updates. We are okay. The only thing is that today, the president, the government, headed by President Joseph Yima Boaka, had their first cabinet meeting in the year 2026, and a lot of things I was said there in a meeting, ranging from poor performance, people are poorly performing and so forth, and also there are a lot of emphasis on the Ministry of Commerce. The president seriously want the commerce minister to do better, that the government is not here for only chicken feed and as you may call, so they have to do better. And also the president also talked about people who are into the system and also undermining the system. There will be some measure that will be taken against them back to back, and there are other executive orders that have been signed in to also talk about the asset recovery team. I just saw that on the website not too long or a minute ago that the president signed the executive order to extend the asset recovery team operation. So again, the former president also of the Republic of Liberia, Manahidi Johnson City, today was seen at the Capitol building, especially at the lower house today, where she was giving invitation to talk to the legislature, and she did that today, or especially to the lower house, and she did that on today, talking about other things, to talk about the Constitution, especially Article 27B, that talk about Negro can be citizen and so forth, and also talk about the diaspora people to vote, have the right to vote, and so forth, so many things. So yeah, so far with other things ranging from the Chinese, I saw something about later news also about the Chinese also having a funny about our resources, talking about I think worth almost 3 billion. So yeah, Mong also sent that to me. I'll follow that. But again, so far the country is better. We are moving, and the price now, the gasoline price still remain the same. Only the fuel price that a little bit increased to 0.55 cent. That is 4.88 cent USD and 910 Liberian dollars. So yeah, so far so good.
So how you guys want to go about? Can we do the Chinese? Because the Chinese investment into me, I think a multi. But let's do it tomorrow. Let put the answer, and then the other issue we talk about. Then we can get cover the show for today.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
All right.
I agree that we should start, the Chinese situation, like Monk, like what he said. Milborn said a lot of other social issues going on around the world. You know, Monk Melbourne, I don't know if you have this guy's page. I know Timothy Sunibor. And the reason I'm calling his name, he some kind of I found it very disturbing, very, very disturbing and concerning. I also listened to my claim, but the video from Timothy Sunibor Smith, Melbourne, if you can play that video shortly, I found it very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. We shouldn't overlook it. And the only reason I find it disturbing is one thing: for a grown man to dress like a woman, act like a woman, try to legalize homosexuality, and say in the public. It sounds funny, it sounds joking, but you know what? You know what caught my attention is when those children from school, those babies, those kids, are all standing and watching. The question that I started asking myself is: this the new trend and the new way of life under the Unity Party-led government? This is disturbing. So, when we have chance, can you please play that video?
I think you got to send it to me because
Mo, can you please send it to him? I beg you.
Yeah.
You say from Sunibor, right?
Yeah, can you please send it to him?
Hold on 1 second. You guys let me find it real quick.
Yeah, thank you. So, Mohammed Inzadore, thank you for watching. All of you, please help us share the show. Yeah, you do want this show to reach everywhere. But go ahead, Steve. Steve, go ahead. Sorry, I wanted our team or our followers to do a little favor for us. But go ahead. Well, I don't know what happened to Steve. We're not getting Steve, but please help us. Abu Fafana, help us share the show. Elijah Ponga, help us share the show. Yes, indeed, those of you who are watching, Blama Kane, also help us share the show. And Jeremiah Kole, long time, my brother, good evening. You're watching and you're also following us from Sano County, Mississippi Street. Thank you so much for joining us. Jeremiah Kole and AKGZ Quizaga. Thank you for watching. Yes, the 15th of March before on Sunday.
Yes, Saturday. Yeah, he just corrected. Or then we'll do it the Friday.
Yeah,
before the 15th. Yeah, it will be next Friday.
Okay, so I mean it will be on the 13th instead of the 15th. Yes, you're right.
Yeah, we'll do our offering basket on next Friday. Yes, next Friday.
Thank you.
Well, I will make sure. I wanted Ali would be here because Ali is the one that can do the collection. So I don't know whether he will be here on that day. But we'll reach out to Ali Friday. We'll know what to do. Maybe we'll do on the Thursday, but I will be shooting for Friday, hopefully.
You got a video now, Mark? You want to forward the video to me?
I don't know that the video Steve is talking about. I get that should be it. I just forwarded it to your inbox so you can go ahead from there.
Yeah,
I think Steve is off. I don't see him on the screen either.
Okay, so Brother Aliu said that he won't be with us today.
Yeah, he won't be with us today. Ali said he's taking he got some appointments.
Okay, wonderful. That's well, I'm go ahead while we look for the video. But for me, I don't know whether this is the content or what. What kinds of thing happening now around the world.
Yeah,
especially in Liberia. But go ahead.
I think it was Steve that came out with this because I saw the video, but I didn't. It popped up on my screen, but I didn't go in detail. So maybe when Steve come back and he will pick it up from there. But we talked about the other issue, like the brother who is going on some kind of
yeah, that mental health is good. Yeah, because
go ahead, maybe you're saying something.
No, go ahead. I'm saying that they're happening only to have a Samuel D. Kekula. It's also happening to a lot of people, and people have to losing their lives.
Thousands of people happening going through the tough time, and it's sad. That's why we'll talk about the most important issue here. If you want gossip, if you want your leak and your government document, then this will not be the best platform for you. And unfortunately, a lot of folks don't understand that when we come here, it's not about putting on your partisan hat. We look at the main trending topic. The one that will impact you the most economically, your life, investment, job, people that are not getting paid. Those are the things that we'll talk about on Sktv. We do our research. We follow the government when it comes to deal making and some of the concession, the agreement that they will sign. Because, one thing, Bebo, You know the mindset of us African, not only Liberia, but African as a whole. We got a different interpretation of resources. We just believe that resources are things that get there forever. They don't know that the resources can diminish over time. When you use it, you can end up losing it. That's why some companies, after carrying on their operations for a few years, they pack their bag and they leave because they don't have too many resources within that particular area to be able to make further investment. So if you cannot get better deals, especially for Liberia, we don't have some of the top engineers in the world. We are not good into technology. The only thing will depend on our resources. If we cannot get better deal for our resources, then you can just kiss the future goodbye. Because when these resources are depleted, then what you are left with? Literally nothing. You don't have infrastructure development. We are not into science and technology. We are not into investment, into crypto and other financial instrument. We are not into manufacturing. So there's one resource where everybody, like brother, rich country. If we can get rich from the riches that we are giving, then my brother, tell me what will be there for our children and our grandchildren. So that's why we focus on this thing. It's not that we want to bash the government. We just want to put the pressure on them at least so they can sign better deals that will be able to benefit you, the people. So whether you are Unity Party partisan or even the ANC or even the CDC, at the end of the day, we share one thing in Liberia, in our country, and that is Liberia. So if we cannot benefit from Liberia, then everything else is of irrelevant. So by anyway, Mabel, that's what I can say for now. You can play that video. I don't know Steve bro about this video, but
so what waiting for Steve. I think let's hear from our Digon from the cabinet meeting and hear what you're saying.
I didn't watch that too. I think it's an opportunity to see as well.
Yeah, indeed. When Steve comes, then we'll go back to that video business. Because for me, Liberia Wahala is just some kind of way that you don't even want to even talk about which one. Okay, all right. Let me see. Oh, why this is not playing?
The meeting to order, and as usual, we ask somebody to pray for us. Normally, the person is on the right here, and whoever sits there, with their responsibility. The Lord's Prayer, please. Thank you. I want to welcome all of you, and some of you have been on trips. We're happy that you are able to get back safely. And I think you've already been told about.
Well, Mark, I don't know whether you're getting anything clear, but because the sound from there for me, I'm not really getting anything. But again, I think
I'm getting the president, but it got some feedback, some little feedback from the recording.
Oh, we should continue because
no, I think we're getting little. I don't think it will continue throughout the video. So just keep
when you were talking about the issue of the resources, quote unquote, that we always complain, in fact, saying to the world that we reach, we have this, we have. I wanted to just show some kind of photos, yes, about some of the money that we're doing. Good. I think this is the photo that I wanted to show. We do all kinds of money, my brother. We do all of these things, thinking that the resources will continue to be here. Now, we are set. Mom, you imagine though. This is the kind of money that we've been to.
See the kind of an environmental disaster, and you know, you see it. That's what we keep talking about here, and people ignoring these things. It will come back to backfire in the future.
Yes.
All your rivers and creeks and ponds are being destroyed. The land itself is being destroyed in total environmental disaster. These things won't even happen. The people that claim to be mining resources in your country, they won't even allow you to do this thing in their country.
Exactly.
And then you are not even benefiting from it. So what is the essence? That's why I don't understand. But the people that are in authority, they don't care. You know, we all said in Monrovia and Monserrado County, they could care less about what's happening in other parts of the country, even though it will affect us in the long run. You think if this were you able to, or Liberian man are able to go to Africa or Ghana to go do illegal money, they will kill you on the spot. It
But
can
it kind of offense some of you, and this is happening in our villages. Those of you to the who are complaining, no good road, our bridge break, and no bridge, we never get no good bridge. Can't see the photos coming from your town, coming from your villages, coming from your county. See the kind of thing, Monk. People are getting rich. All your inspectors, go and call your money inspectors from the Ministry of Mines. All they care about is how to go here and be able to collect anything that they can collect. They don't. They finish. They don't care much. They talk about the environmental or situation that may happen. Yes, even the water our people are also drinking. Up to now, our people are still drinking from the river creeks, drinking from the rivers. But yeah, see though. So
but the country rich.
Yeah,
rich, but you get water. You say you rich.
Kind of money we're doing more. See the kind of thing.
Yeah. And these people, the thing about them, they're not because what they are doing is already illicit, right, or illegal. So it means they're not even paying into government cover. Anything that they generate from what they're taking it directly out of the country. So you, who the average citizen, some people can go out there and do manual labor all day and just get food to eat. But the question is, why are we benefiting? Why are we losing?
Machines them up? Because I'm seeing yellow machines.
They are illegal. They will find a way to get it there because they will do anything to go and make that money so they can carry excavators over there. They will dig. But guess what? At the end of the day, like I said, they're not paying that much in the government cover because they're not legitimate companies or corporations operating over there. Those are all illegal manners. So what do you think they would do? They would just destroy and just leave over time. That's all they would do. That's why they're operating in the butchers. Some of them ain't even got license. But look at the kind of a destruction they are carrying on. Even the one that you claim to be your investor, like the one we just show, we talk about from the Beer Mountain in Grand Cape County, the kind of a chemical they are using, that even international bodies are raising concern about the risks it poses to our people, the environmental damages. And people don't understand. Maybe the people are using some deadly chemicals over there, and government don't even have regulations on them to even know what they are doing. That's why you see the fishes in the water, they are all dying because they know the river keep flowing. River is not something that is sitting, it keep going. And our people are the same water they are drinking. Well, that is there for you, my brother.
And more to this, like someone said, and these are things that some of our brothers that are also understand more on the city. People like to be complaining the country, at least the country is trying. People come and watch these kind of photos or these kind of videos and see and tell me that what are the kind of things can happen in the US to where you live, or Europe to where you live, or even right there Ghana.
I said right in Africa, talk about Europe. Right in Africa, you're gonna go do that kind of thing in Ghana for Liberian. I bet you take 100 illicit or mineral miners to go to anywhere in Ghana to attempt to put shovel in the ground. Let a typical Ghanaian see you doing it.
So that's the thing. These are kind of things that we either move back to the government. The president addressing his cabinet ministers, and today there are a few points that we'll take from there. Steve, I don't know whether you go for break or what happened, but again, some of the points have to do with the Ministry of Commerce. The president put a lot of emphasis on the minister, for the commerce minister to do better, or better still be removed. And that one. And two, the fuel price are already gone up, even though the government on Tuesday said to people that no matter what happened, or in fact, all of the prevailing situations in the Middle East, they will still maintain the prices, especially when it comes to the issue of petroleum. But fortunately today, they were able to add 0.55 cents on the fuel oil. My brother, where are we heading to? What say you?
Well, I don't know. After you're playing the video first, but the most of guy will be on the the politics of and the situation happening in the Middle East, and that's more the consequences of fighting war. I think it will happen to us here in America. I don't know how quickly. Matter of fact, some states in America are already experiencing a little slight increase in the gasoline price. So I know it will hit other tier war countries. Maybe it will hit them the hardest because when we talk about supply, it must first hit the industrialized nation before you start going to tier war in developing countries. So if the price is going to increase for all, then you're talking about transportational costs. So imagine taking gasoline from the Middle East all the way to Africa. It's going to be cost. I mean, it's going to be more expensive. So they can expect to see a huge increase in the regular price of diesel fuel and regular gasoline over the coming months. It all depends how far we can end the situation in Iran. We all hope that it comes to an end and cooler heads can prevail in terms of negotiation. Because if it keep dragging on, then the impact will be felt. It will be it will hit your pocketbooks because transportation controls everything. Energy controls the entire world's economy. So in Africa, like I said, you are developing nations coming from the Middle East to America to Europe. We will all get impacted one way or another. So I expect more. Maybe the government will come with another round of a more increase. So your regular transport fare is also going to increase as well. Just expect that. That one, it got nothing to do with politics. It's beyond Joseph Boga control. So we can't even blame for anything. That's just global issues. Some of the things that are beyond your government control, that somebody that you don't see it coming. You cannot predict it. You cannot stop it. You cannot prevent it from happening. You have totally or absolutely no control over that. So just expect the worst. That's all I can say, maybe before you go back to your video. I think you are muted, maybe you are muted.
So I agree with you that the government has no control over what's happening in the Middle East, but sometimes the same government play politics. So let's look at their role too. You have no control, but instead of you being truthful the way we are doing now, you still want to play politics.
That's the bad thing. Sometimes that's why I don't understand certain things, bro. You just need to say as it is. The people will understand. They're trying to play games, and you know later on, even though some of them might not get the picture, but some people will pick it up. So I don't understand why it's it that you all want to play politics when these things are happening. Tell the people this is not politics, whether it's Unity Party or any other party, like bro, whether it's Madam Saligo, there are things that are beyond your control, and this happens to be one of them. So just say it as it is and tell people to buckle up to make some adjustment in terms of transportational costs. So I don't know if the government will be creating some incentive, because if people are making less, you're not paying them, then the transportation fare increase. It means only eating more into your paycheck, it means you'll be left with less money to feed your family because you are not making decent wages. Then to even get to work on a daily basis is going to increase. So the question is what the government will be doing in order to subsidize the price and to take the pressure for only regular everyday government employee or private sector employee. That remains to be seen. But the government is already telling you prices is going to increase. And like I said, this is not politics. This is not Joseph Boaga's problem. These are international geopolitical event happening that we have no fish to fry now at all. So just get ready.
and the same president who mocked, the same president who don't have fish to fry into something, to also now only, in fact, putting his commerce minister on feet to the fire. What say you? Because
that's why I wanted to play the video, because I don't understand. I mean, you talk about it.
I'm looking for the video. Let me see. Those of you, I think I don't know what is the short video. I think there's a short video to that. But anyway, so you will try to hold his cabinet minister, especially the commerce minister. But go ahead, Mark.
On what are you talking about now? You mean concerning?
Oh no, I thought you were saying something. I thought you were saying something.
I mean, you can find a video.
Yeah, so I'm trying to find a video, but what we're looking for the video to also, Mark. There's other news also about the Fuller. I think the Fuller security stuff that came out.
Yeah, I saw something at the charging for something. Let me see.
Exactly. So the Liberia National Police charged them for under paramilitary, right? Yeah, I think they charged them for paramilitary organization that they are establishing, or they say they are not aware. So I think we can also inform our people out there that indeed. So the Liberia National Police said that they are not aware of any paramilitary organization, or what you may call it.
They charged them with some penal code violation. Let me see. Yeah. I saw it earlier this morning, but I didn't read into it. If I'm not mistaken.
So if you get it there, then you go through. If you not get it, then I'll forward to you quickly. But again, they have been charged. Yeah. So again, I don't know what's going to happen now. The way our sister Kula Fofana also will give you opinion. If
trying to play defense, I get the detail. I don't understand. There's
take relation from your own life. That's the only time that your work has to be clear. We'll tell you everything for you.
Maybe you hear me, right? I got it.
Yeah,
Let me just read our audience
okay,
very
yeah,
short.
yeah, go
Or
ahead.
it said the Liberian National Police have formally charged 54-year-old Mohammed D. Sherry with paramilitary activities, alleging that he operated an unregistered community security organization in violation of Liberian law. According to the police charge sheet issued at the Liberian National Headquarters, Mr. Sherry, a resident of Lokintown and native of Bon County, was charged under Chapter 11 and Chapter 11.5 of the Penal Code laws of Liberia. The social media post triggers investigation. They say police say the investigation was launched after the February 13 gathering at the fish market box in Cinco, where Sheriff and several individuals were reportedly seen wearing mixed color military style security uniform under the banner of the National Fuller Community Security Services, NFCSS. Photos and video of the group circulated on social media raising national security concern. The Ministry of Justice subsequently instructed the LNP to conduct a full investigation. Sheriff was invited to the LNP headquarters on February 18, where investigators informed him of his constitutional right in the presence of his lawyer before questioning began. Security group not registered. During the investigation, police said they determined that the National Fuller Community Security Services is not registered as a private security firm with the Liberian government. Investigators also reported that the organization has an estimated 70 members and operate with a clearly defined leadership structure, allegedly giving Sheriff a broader authority over activities. Case to move to court. Authorities say Sherry had now been formally charged with paramilitary activity and he expected to stand trial. There you have it. That's what some of us say. We can understand the security implication and you can twist it all you want, but at the end of the day, you never met the security protocol or the legal process as to create. I don't know. But the first of all, the reason he was struggling in court, he cannot give a definitive reason as to why he's forming this group. It is because of the religious season. It is a paramilitary organization, or you can call it security forces. If you cannot have a clear and a defined motive for why you are forming this group, because I understand vigilante, I understand community policing, I know that for sure, but you must also do it in conformity with the law. And this is not about religion. And one of the things maybe that could raise eyebrow because people say, oh, it's happening at a mosque. So they will say, okay, what are you going to do? Is it a religious security group or community security group? You have to separate the two. Like I keep telling folks, you cannot mix government with religion. They are two different things. In government, we report to men. In religion, we report to God. We don't see God. We don't trust in God. So they are two separate things. All you want to do, if it's community policing, okay, then do it in accordance with the laws and penal codes of Liberia when it comes to establishing or security organization. But you cannot mix it up with religion. So I will say again, I understand what they are trying to do, but in court, he will struggle because he cannot give a clear and precise meaning as to why he's trying to establish this group. So I just hope the people can lawyer up and they can go and make the case according to the laws of Liberia.
Let me ask you, Mark, let me ask you this question pertaining to our sister, because she was also, in fact, saying that the other religious people, for example, the Christian, when they are ready, maybe when they're ready to have their things, they also do this kind of thing. In fact, she will give her own personal opinion. Now, her opinion and the police report contradict everything. So, what are you thinking? Because
a lot of people are calling for a resignation because we're trying to make it personal. And it cannot be personal for the position that she holds. You press secretary. So even if you have a personal opinion, people will assume that the position the government is taking. So in this case, you want for the government to speak first before you can come in. That's why she made a mistake. And she was trying to make a comparison between, Christian community and Muslim community. I was like, no, you don't jump the gun this early and you want to make it. Okay, let's assume that this particular group was maybe for the season or protecting their business because they got some questionable characters when it comes to our security situation in Liberia as well, so people can raise concern. Like I said, but community policing is one thing. When you say you want to form a security group to even protect business interests, it's another thing. It also got to be done legally. If you're saying that this is just for the Ramadan season because of prayer and whatsoever, that's a whole different thing. But in this case, we never got a definitive answer as to what they are trying to establish the security group. In either way, whether it's for the season, whether it's for protecting lives and properties, for business interests, or whether they are just a private security firm, you must still go by the procedure on the books according to the law to become legitimate. So like I said, he's going to struggle in court, even though sometimes you will do this thing with a rare motive, but also even though the motive might be rare, but you got to stay follow some compliance with the law.
And to that more also, because I think that was the assistant, to be correct, I think the Fuller governor or one of them who also said that if I will have the press release after that happened when the social media were talking about that, I think there was a little press release that came out from them that, oh yeah, they grew, in fact, they grew registrar and so forth. And there are series of contradictions. So what should also happen more if this group, quote unquote, are not being registrar according to the Liberia National Police and they I think I don't know whether it's the Fuller governor, one of them who one of the big person there who claimed that yes, they grew a register. So why are they only holding far to Anu Sheriff? Why are they not also calling onto the governor?
Well, because I think Sheriff is the face of this particular or security group. Because I think the governor, in as much as he's the governor for the community, I don't think he's the one they're calling for questioning. That's why they say the organization has no structure. So everything rests around the one sheriff. That's why he's in trouble in court. Because if it was a community thing, then we'll be referring to the governor, because the governor is like the representative from the Fuller community. He's their boss. So the government will still have to reach him. But the way you're looking at it, almost like sheriff, like he the one run everything. He the president, he the vice president, he the secretary. So at the end of the day, he end up getting in trouble.
But let's look like more time for enjoyment. We all will enjoy, but time for trouble. So that means Sheriff now in big trouble.
Well, then I think that's when you will expect the Fuller governor to step up, even though he's not the one that will be standing trial in court. But I think as a community, they got to go and support Sheriff. That is, if they are doing it with good intent, then I think they will show up in court and support him. But like I said, I think it's more of a communication issue. And because even when you want to, let's assume it's for the Ramadan season and you want to do your security or your community policing, even if you won't go to the Ministry of Justice, but even the local authority in terms of law enforcement in that particular area, you will still have to go through them and inform them, oh, we got some occasion coming up, we want to provide our own security. Then you can work it out with the local authority. But to just do it like on your own, then it become a problem, because at the end of the day, they will say you're violating laws, and that's why they are charging.
Wonderful. We have 7 more minutes. We will play the video during our break. I think then we'll listen to all of the things. I already have the video already queued. But people keep texting me about that. Madiko, the president, wrote the Arsenal goalkeeper. What kind of problem? What kind of country we really mock? The president now, people are saying that, why are you not talking about the president sending a letter to Arsenal? What are you doing with that? I thought I said you're not want football people that will remove Judge Weah. How come
the president is a big fan of Arsenal? I think he went to the Emirates before he got his jersey. He's a registered member of Arsenal. So for me, I have no problem whether he can read the player individually. He can even read the coach. Matter of fact, he carries more authority than even have a say in Arsenal, because he's a sitting president of a republic. So he can send in gift card. He can send in a meeting due. He can send in a letter. I don't think there's any problem with that, because he's a big Arsenal fan. That's something everybody knew before they elected President Bouaka. So the man is a gunner. I'm not saying the English Premier League, I support Arsenal. So I think we are on the same page when it comes.
But let's go over to the opposite side now, because when the president, when you were in opposition by then, he was also saying that people were not serious. They passing around watching football game. So how can the president do also? It's the Madiko can really pay attention to the Arsenal game.
No, when the Deacon is writing a letter, I know he read a letter during his leisure time, unlike the former president, who were having a budget debate, then he can go watch games. So that one is a whole different thing. So the Deacon, I'm not playing quarterback for the Deacon, but I think the Deacon did it in his leisure time. I don't think when you got a serious thing happening in the country, like whether it's about budgetary issue, whether you leave the country for 38 days to go watch the World Cup, I think it's a whole different thing. So I understand where the Deacon are criticizing President Weah when it comes to the whole soccer thing. You can be engaged. Everybody, look, soccer is the most unifying sport in the whole world. There is no other sport that got more audience than soccer. Matter of fact, even when it comes to, that's why they get UN ambassadorial role. They give it to soccer players a lot and musicians, because soccer is still sports and entertainment. And when you really want to penetrate people in terms of from the society standpoint, you want to use sports because these things are what bring people together. So it's not a bad thing. It's just that you have to separate the sports and entertainment when it comes to the job of the chief executive. When you can separate the two, I don't think people will have a problem with that.
But Mark, even if you don't entertain, or in fact, if you don't even have that kind of time to rest yourself, I don't think you're going to live long. So sometimes, Liberia Wahala won't end. So some of you who always criticizing people for sometimes for our entertainment, I don't know, some of you will really be taking on. So Mark, you're right that indeed no need for us to be criticizing. So that means the issue of the private jet, the president who have private jet, no need for criticism for for that. Now we go. Now we come to sports. The president has sent a letter to Arsenal. If there's going to be former president, we are maybe sending a letter to maybe Chelsea or one of the teams. Or maybe AC Milan or maybe PSG, but now they say, oh, the people suffering will die. Yeah, no, but very just well, I like our country, actually. And we gotta be serious.
Maybe sports and entertainment always part of life. Even President Obama, on the grounds of the White House, he changed a tennis court into a basketball court for him to practice a jump shot. Not too many people know about that, but that's exactly what happened. He refurbished a tennis court and turned it into a basketball court because he's a big fan of basketball. There were so many times we saw President Obama going to watch a basketball game, most especially when it comes to the Washington Wizards, because there's a team that is stationed in Washington, D.C., where the president lives. Maybe once in a while, I think on a couple of occasions, we saw him witnessing the Chicago Bulls, but most of the time when Obama is going to a basketball game, he will go to the Washington Wizards game. So like I said, it's not a big deal. You can do those things in your leisure time, and you don't want to play politics with it also because one day might come back to haunt you.
Good.
But
That's the
main thing is about separating your duties from the sports and entertainment aspect. When it's time to do your work, you should do your work. So
because the way you have cabinet ministers, so to that more before you even go for the news, but the way you have other government officials who are also been given a task and the responsibility also to do your work. But again, the opposition by then, like someone, I think that Mon said that yesterday, or maybe one of the color and more also butchered the color that the opposition by then they were robust. So how can now most of you now who were also part of the opposition yesterday, now you are quiet and you are silent on most of these things that are happening? And more butchered that yesterday that yes, the same group of people yesterday that were tough talking, I think they should continue because most of them are not working. Even someone is still working, but you can still talk. It's all about the growth and development of our country. If you criticize people yesterday for eating lobster or what you may call
seafood, and crawfish, oh baby lobster. Then why you want you lobster right now? You can play politics with everything with the thing.
Why you want to talk about football game now? If you see football game yesterday, like people were not serious, they were not paying attention. Now field price go up. Why are you sending a letter? So people be asking you. Don't get it twisted. Monk is 100% right, and I support Monk. There's no life that you can live on this earth without social life. That's why when you always hear people talking about social corporate responsibility.
Yeah.
Well, for us,
you got to balance life. You can't be too useless and you cannot be too serious. At the end of the day, you have to balance life. That's why they got sports and entertainment. When it's time for all to work. Why you think your job will give you a vacation? They want you to go on unwind, on stress. They want you to travel, go places, meet other people, so they give you special time in the year to take a vacation. A vacation is not only a physical break, it's also a mental break. You got to recharge. Human beings like a battery. You use your cell phone. When the battery go there, you go and recharge to be able to perform more function in the future. So I don't think you got to politicize everything, especially when you come to sports and entertainment, because I must say, I'm a big fan. You can be hearing me on the show when Baga games about to start. The moment we drop the microphone, we say, guys, we see you, we're going to watch our game. It's part of life. So get used to it. That's all I can say.
But Mom, let me tell you today. I said because of Chelsea game to the Malay dollar, mainly. By the time any game playing, even at Manjura back, any Malay score, they can be shot in Chelsea.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what
the Premier League game? Look at those kids that be on the soccer field. Somebody can be young as 5. They be introduced to the game, so you can play all that. That's why it is.
Yeah, man. Mom, we stay behind. But anyway, Mom, let's go for break. I think it's a minute up to 7 of our time. Let's go for the news break. When we come back, we will continue with the president cabinet meeting today. Then we open the line by 7:30 to interact with our people out there. But it's not wrong to have social interaction. Those of you who see these things, but again, because of politics, when our people want to come to power, the only thing they can do is to just criticize everything.
Oh yeah, that's
the issues. Yeah, they live in main issues. Why you have to do a Melbourne go watch football game? Is that an issue? No. What's the issue? The issue is people are not living the best of life that they want to live, and people are in darkness. Well, again, a library for us, my brother. So let me play the president cabinet meeting video today. Then we'll go for the break. We'll come back, people. Those of you who are watching, Thank you for watching and keep sharing the show today. It's SKTV. We are going for this break and we'll be right back.
The President and Chief Executive. Also Chair of the Cabinet.
What is being distributed is a policy document from the Ministry of Justice. It's not part of the agenda today. It is meant for you to read. Your Excellency, President Republic of Liberia, the Honorable Vice President, members, distinguished members of Cabinet, heads of SOEs invited to this Cabinet meeting, I would like to say welcome to our first Cabinet meeting of the year. As you are all aware, a full schedule for the year for Cabinet meetings have been circulated, and I'm sure every member of the Cabinet happy to you to organize your schedule accordingly, because Cabinet meeting is an obligation, because Cabinet is the highest decision-making body of the government. Today's Cabinet meeting will dwell on a single agenda item, and that will be a discussion of progress made so far on the implementation of the AID. As you are aware, the AID is our development plan that was made to span 5 years, ending in 2030. So it is the singular roadmap that will track our development as a country over the next few years. So today's Cabinet really is to get at least an idea of how much progress has been made on the AID. And there'll be reports on the 6 pillars of the AID. In this meeting, we've also invited pillar heads, many of whom are Cabinet members, co-pillar leads, sector leads, many of whom are from the SOEs and government agency institutions. So you have a few new folks, faces in Cabinet this morning. We invited the NPA, the Water and Sewer Corporation, the PA, LEC, and the Governors Commission. We also have in our midst a new member of Cabinet, and that is the Honorable Cornelia Krua, Minister of Youth and Sports. Can you please stand up?
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. From evil, for thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
I want to welcome all of you, and some of you have been on trips. We're happy that you are able to get back safely. And I think about, I don't know whether since are there any other cabinet ministers who have not been to cabinet meeting? Now, Tingba, have you been here? Or since you took over? Okay. Any other? Okay. The cabinet meeting, you have the agenda. Critical issues that we need to look at. And one of the reasons is that we've been coming to cabinet meeting, but sometimes the agenda is so long, we're not able to exhausted or maybe we don't get much out of it. So maybe doing the encapsule like it is, we'll make a good try to see how much we can do. Uh, According to the agenda items, economic transformation, infrastructure development, rule of law, governance, anti-corruption, environmental sustainability, and the human capital development. I think these are very key issues, in fact, key issues to governance. But let me start by thanking all of you. I think a lot of ministers have really gone overboard to do a lot of things. And when I say ministers, let me also add managing directors of public corporations, some of whom have gone very much overboard to do a lot of good things. With all the criticisms, we know that a lot of good things are happening. People who want to notice good things are getting happy, and we want to show appreciation to all of you who are making this happen. As a matter of fact, I think that's one of my weaknesses, to notice good, the good in people. A few days ago, I had to write a letter to the goalkeeper of the Arsenal goalkeeper. And the letter, I think, had been delivered to just show when somebody does good things. I mean, I've seen people writing goals, but it's an exception. Not just, even if I were to see it in another. And so it is always encouraging not just to criticize people, but to also recognize the good things that people do. So a lot of you have done good work. We hear even at public works that have gone wide and doing a lot of things in communities. It is not necessarily so that for everything you do, we personally tell you to do it, but it's within the scope of your work to do the things that you're supposed to do. Of course, we take the blame, but so be it. We know that in the long run, people will begin to appreciate the good things that are happening. Nobody likes to see their houses demolished when they build them. But of course, when they had flood, the government is responsible. Everything bad, government is responsible. So we have to do certain things to help them for the future. I hope there was a way that we could make them know our real intent and how we become reasonable with them, but it's the best thing to do for the future of this country. So I want to thank all of you who have gone overboard in your ministries to take some very hard decisions to make things work. That's what we need to do. A lot of things have gone wrong for too long, and people begin to feel that that's the way it's supposed to be. Today's cabinet meeting is focusing on very key issues. But I'd like to start with not just welcoming you, but to express my appreciation for some of the decisions you're making, some of the things that are happening, gender, education, whether it be general services. I think people started appreciating the EJS building, because that building was there, was not painted. It doesn't show even well to people who gave you something and they don't see you do something about it. But we must stay focused. That's the work we're supposed to do. And among all the criticism, I'm sure there are more people, especially people who are living overseas. They call, they comment for some of the things they are seeing happening. But of all the things that we do, job creation, the Liberians, of course, there are a lot of Liberians who don't, when they talk about bread and butter issues, some of them think that you're supposed to always carry them a bag of rice or something like that. But the bread and butter issues are even those issues, like the yellow machines that are here, that are going to help to open up the country, to create employment opportunities. Of course, we're talking about employment opportunities. People who thought that employment will said they don't want to work for anybody. So when you open up the country, you create opportunities in agriculture, unreachable areas that they can go there and do their farming, where they can control their own income means, and some of those people are very grateful. Like as always in Liberia, some places you hear 133 when it's 137, but this is likely to happen. But the mission. I've listened to a lot of songs, seen a lot of yellow. All of us are wearing yellow now, so we see that. That you are here, you know what is happening around the world, and that's why they always say, when you climb the palm tree, don't overstay. Some kind of bad breeze might meet you. Who expected what is happening now? So sometimes when we talk about what we're supposed to do at the right time, a lot of things are going to change with what is happening in the Middle East, and especially for countries like ours going to harm us. And this is why we should take control of things that we're supposed to do and do them timely. Sometimes we take too long to get things done. Of course, you get things done, so soon you will see fewer prices going up. We've been trying to negotiate already with people, suppliers, but for sure you can't keep that down. It's not you, it's out of your control. So some of the things that we could have done when fuel were cheap, we didn't do. We got to pay high for them now. But we should expect that. But then
Wonderful, wonderful, Mom. We're back. Thank God. At least some of you follow and some of you listen. And to those of you who are also listening to us via the radio, maybe we'll play these videos during the time of our show and so forth, so that you can listen more and more. But we're back. And thank God that the president also admitting that the fuel price will go up because it's beyond our control. It's beyond this. But just imagine when this president going to be in opposition. I don't know how you're going to respond. But again, that's the beauty of life. That's it. We're back listening to our deacon and that on the news bulletin. His president letter are now sparking up more debates across the country. Now people are more concerned. While we are president, if I want to also tell me, maybe why you can send letter to no, me I don't know nobody will send letter to. So we're back after the news break.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to portion of the president, except in the president introduction over there. He scratched on a lot of issue, and it's just kind of funny to me, you know. The president's, the guy who introduced the president, the one that spoke initially, he said the AID is the roadmap for development, is the framework for the entire rescue government, but we are into year number 3, and they can't even identify the pillars. I don't know which pillars they are talking about, and it will be coming with a report on what. That's why I want to know, because I know you can have an agenda, but you have to prioritize them in terms of emergency. Let's assume all pillars of the government, they are not an emergency situation. The main issue facing Liberia is job creation, bread and butter. But I think the president's statement was kind of a condescending when he said people believe that bread and butter issue mean the government bring you back or right. That's not what nobody thinks in Liberia. No, there was no time in Liberia history that government took back or right and carried the people home. I think you just been condescending. It's almost like an insult that we got from the former finance minister. I think that's what he was trying to expand on. People just want opportunity. People just want the country to do better. That's why we talk about bread and butter issue, whether they can get a job, employment opportunity. So nobody is in Liberia thinking that, oh, the government will put rest in truck and kind of bring rest to my home. That's an insult, and you won't expect that coming from the president of all people. But that's why he said on live camera for people to listen to and hear for themselves. The only thing here is, like I said, if it was a 5-year plan, you are 3 years into the presidency, and we still cannot tell you which one of the pillars that we are seeing result on so far. So the whole thing, like I said, it would just be like buying time because I can't tell the blueprint. It's the pillars that will be identified by most of the SEO or SOE or the state-owned enterprises. But like I said, the entire vision of the rescue mission, I cannot make sense of. I have no idea. It's just one thing after another, one day's demolition, another day's yellow machine. But at the end of the day, if you look at the AAID, the arrest agenda, don't forget what I said. The name itself for the president to even settle on the agenda, it became a tough thing. It was arrest, and then it became arrest agenda for included development. And then we came up with Kappa Colundo, and now we took, I don't know which stage we're in with the yellow machine. They gave it some kind of a name, Yemboa. I really don't know. So if there was a 5-year framework and we are into year number 3 and cannot even identify one pillar that was a success, then I don't know how you accomplish all 5. Because if I were to ask you that, maybe when you live in Liberia, when you come to agriculture, tourism, or how they can call it, sanitation or whatsoever, can you tell me which one of the agenda you have really seen result in terms of deliverables after in year number 3?
Well, when you talk, but anyway, for some of us, we are already win. I think the only thing now is the president already admitted. The president said there's no time, and every time when they go into this thing more, they delay. So yeah, I think nothing apart from the yellow machines that they are bringing into the country and the road maintenance that they are doing, though, even though they've been trying with that. But at the end of the day, I don't think what Liberia really want. What I don't want. Yeah. So all of these things, but yeah.
You're running out of time. I think he himself knows that he's running out of time and he cannot see the result. That's why you keep having one cabinet meeting after another, because if the vision is not clear, look, the thing here is vision. The word vision means seeing with your mind. Another one you can see with your eye. Vision means you are projecting into the future. And when you can see into the future, vision is only one, is something that only one person can incubate. Yeah. But you have to go and sell that vision to other people to buy into your idea before they can start working on it to bring it into fruition. So if the president who conceived the vision of an arrest agenda, if he's not clear on his own vision, then the people who supposed to come and help him will not give him result. Because only one person can see vision. If I got a vision, I got to come and communicate that vision to you and convince you. You will look at it and say, know what? The idea that the brother conceived is a great idea and I'm on board. Now, when you come on board, then we have to deliver. You are coming to help me to deliver. But like I said, if the commander-in-chief cannot be 100% clear on his vision, then the people who are supposed to help him accomplish that vision, they will all be a failure because you cannot produce something you cannot understand. That's just why it is. That's why it will be one cabinet meeting after another. But when you look at the tangibles, they are not too much there to show in terms of a success. And like he said, we are in year number 3. And they think to be some 5-year framework, but we don't even know the pillars. So how will you build this pillar when you cannot even identify the pillars? That's it. So I can project.
More in short, I think this government, according to our own president, I think the government is poorly performing because he just said everything.
Yeah.
And God, that they always no time. In fact, they were delaying until now. A few press go, oh God. You see some of the things you say on the video. You said you have the solution to Liberia problem, according to you, Tika. Now you're coming up by telling Liberians that when they talk about bread and butter, they're thinking that it's just all about rest and this and that. Man. So bread and butter now is yellow machine. Yeah. So then what happened to the civil servants out there who are making less than 150? And what happened to other people who don't have nothing to do? So, Monk, we man, look, to a mate, all of the entire cabinet meeting just people know that today that the president just said everything.
Everything on camera, what we've been saying. That's why I keep telling you guys. Look, let me tell you something, Liberia. We got fundamental challenges in Liberia. The reason certain people, no matter whether I like you personally or not, I can never vote for you because I know there is one thing between liking someone and the president being able to deliver. You know, when you read the Bible tells you about knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. That three things the Bible always talk about: knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Knowledge is you are gathering information. You know the facts. You are collecting information. That's knowledge. Understanding is when you can comprehend the facts that you have gathered. Let's say, maybe again in the summer, I say go do a research on high blood pressure, and you go and do all your investigation, all the finding, all the article you read it. That gets knowledge, that gets information. Now, when you can comprehend what the document says, then that understanding. But you know where wisdom applies? Wisdom applies when you can take that knowledge and pull it into work and get the result that you want. That's what they call wisdom. That's the definition of wisdom. I give you the information, you can comprehend the information, and you can put the information to work to give a result. Positive result, positive expectancy. That's why they call wisdom. So the president is literally, he lowering expectation now. Because he knows.
Move back, Mark. Is the president not playing politics? Because let's move back. Most of the president, cabinet ministers, directors, and so forth, you may call them, they're all playing politics. But whenever this president get the microphone or go closer to the mic, he says things that are facts. In fact, things that are affecting our people, things that our people are going through on a daily basis. But then, they quote-unquote, we will talk our own stories, the media, the government platforms that are selling the government agenda. They're always saying that things are okay. Now the president said no. We need delay until fuel price go up. No, this is shocking.
No, for me, the one thing that I said with President Joseph Boakai presidency was the expectation. Liberian people, they can set some kind of unattainable or unachievable expectation. The fact that Joseph Boakai is branded as somebody who got wisdom, that been in government for more than 40 years. And if you tell me that we was a failure, then Joseph Boakai must perform more than 4 or 5 times more than 5 jobs we was able to produce. And if we are into year number 3 and people cannot even get the sense that he's even performing up to our expectation, it becomes a problem, and that's something he cannot deny. I know he able-bodied lieutenant want to play politics, but he knows it. He can get that feedback from the public that this is not what we expected. And if we are in year number 3, I don't think people will be too optimistic with the remaining 3 years because, like I said, the agenda and the vision is not even clear. That's why I keep telling you the first 100 days. That's why I say you can put Joseph Boakai and Georgia on the ballot 1,000 times. I will not pick none of them. I can elect them individually. I can elect their style, their friendship, how they can connect with other people. But at the end of the day, that office they call the office, the chief executive office. It takes a lot for you to give result. And I know they are not in the position to give you any result. Whether you can bring them back 10, 20 years from now, they will not give you the result you want. And Joseph Boakai is simply telling you, he literally throwing you in the towel and telling you that I'm a failure. Technically, if you put that whole statement into a nutshell, we are running out of time. We got to be having cabinet meeting. And no, he's telling you, I can make it. That would be my interpretation when you want to pull it in one sentence. I would take the president throwing in the towel when it comes to expectation about his presidency. He threw in the towel.
I'm also seeing, Mark, quickly before I even play this video, I'm also seeing like blame shifting, though, because most of the blame now has been shifted to the commerce minister. How?
Well, the commerce minister is not responsible for the importation or when it comes to geopolitical issue happening around the world. So why he single out the commerce minister for what? We just want to know why the commerce minister should take the blame based on what.
And I'm seeing from all indications that the commerce minister should do better the commerce minister, in fact, things, in fact, inside the list. Well, let me tell you, Mr. President, we used to buy by them, I think that was by them, I think our ministry first term before entering into a second term, we used to buy the paper make candidate before more, we used to buy them 5 for 5. You know, sometimes 3 for 5, 4 for 5, even the matches and so forth there and there. But any part of ministry now, second term, things start to drop up, even to now that we are buying the paper make candidate 5 Liberian dollar for 1 guinea. So that means that we already lost that out of thing that we will never, maybe, I don't know, but we don't know how soon we're going to go back to that. Even the restaurant that we even used to cut our hair, Mom, it used to be $5 for the entire pack, or sometimes $10 for the entire pack, but right now it's $10 for one of the blade in the pack. Where are we headed? This thing being
the thing I don't understand, maybe one of the thing I don't understand, like I said, why is he singling out the commerce ministry?
Yeah.
I mean, all around the world, we know about inflation, tin prices are going up. We all know about geopolitical events that can impact prices around the world. But the question is, President Burger, you got so many state-owned enterprises here and that of your entire cabinet member, the whole executive branch, you control that. Why are you singling out this commerce minister if to say she's the one or he's the one responsible for the total collapse of your policy? I don't think so. There are a lot of people that are not even making remittances that the lawmakers talk about things happening on the land. So why are you singling out the commerce minister?
I think I'll let you just resign because it's like,
oh yeah, I will resign. That's the case because you're going to single me out for entire administration. So, like I said, when you look at it, the president is already admitting failure. That's exactly what it is. We are out of time.
So you're looking for where not to shift the blame.
Yeah, let me look for someone to put the blame on. And that's something Madam Zedi said. This man does not take personal responsibility. We are seeing it on live camera. Not just say you watching it coming from his own mouth. The man talking about 5-year framework. We are into year number 2. We cannot even give you the pillows. Everything is just try and error. It's just guessing 1 minute asset recovery, another day that demolition, another day that yellow machine. Okay, yellow machine is nothing but a tool. The question is, which policy is going to guard this yellow machine for us to get the result that we want? And you cannot be clear on that. Like I said, if the vision bearer cannot be clear about his own vision, the able-bodied lieutenant won't be able to give him the result that he wants in order to become a success. And that's what he's saying. The president said, not Brazilian more. It's not coming from the management of Truth FM. It's not coming from Mabon. You're hearing it from the president of the Republic of Liberia. Play again, Mabon, before we take phone calls.
Let me play the one that you talk about, the brand bottle.
Job creation. I think they are seeing the opening. But of all the things that we do, job creation, the Liberians, of course, there are a lot of Liberians who don't, when they talk about bread and butter issues, some of them think that you're supposed to always carry them a bag of rice or something like that. But the bread and butter issues are even those issues, like the yellow machines that are here, that are going to help to open up the country, to create employment opportunities. Of course, we're talking about employment. I think there's...
Look, the country is interesting. So bread and butter, the president is also defending bread and butter for all of you. Yeah. Some of you, who your children, they always send out of the school, you don't have money. So the yellow machine will open which one?
Yeah, employment, the yellow machine going to give you employment. I really don't know how many people you're going to employ from the yellow machine. Maybe I keep telling you, it just, and you see, sometimes the president, in Liberia, we don't, a lot of people can say, oh, we got a problem with Steve. I think, no, Steve can just be blunt in how he said things. Some of my police, our word was Steve. This is an insult. It's just a follow-up to what the finance minister said. When we talk about bread, but putting got to go buy bread and butter, open your business. That's an insult. He's telling you that, people believe that bread and butter issue mean the government should bring back a right. Who think like that? Which government in history put rice in truck and brought to people's home? When people say bread and butter issue, it mean the most important thing impacting them economically. Employment opportunity, wages, getting a decent job, and being paid adequately to sustain themselves. That's why people are asking for. They're not telling you to come bring back a right. So technically, it's an insult to the voters, to the average out there. that you are so stupid you don't know. So you're telling me that yellow machine will create employment opportunity? Why you don't go into job detail when it comes to creating job? Because you have no solution for job.
So you know very well that in fact that yellow machine is going to open the country. Why yesterday? You were on the back of your predecessor that in fact they don't know nothing, they don't understand anything. They should give you the country so that you can change things around.
Yeah.
And people let's go to the line. 07770203125 so that the yellow machine will not open the country. No need. Let me think about brand. But hello to this call up. We even David King. Where?
We are disappointed. Now that I feel like disappointed over Mr. Waka in attitude as it relates to leading our country. Because you cannot spend all of this time in government. You said to all that former president we was a boy. It took many jobs and gave it to a boy. If you were the man, you were the red man for the job to be given to. Now I will give you the job. In the yesterday of the government. You are not coming out to tell us that your government has failed miserably. You are telling the Liberian people that the yellow machine that you brought into the country, it is a bread and butter issue. You shouldn't keep it on bed or rent, or maybe bed or rent or housing. Then about that, let me tell you something. Nobody is telling you bread and butter issue. They expect you for that to be bed or rent or housing. You want to take care of ourselves, or you create the inherent environment so that Liberia can be able to get a job to work. Because job that will be sustainable. We're not talking about short-term job. Because the yellow machine brought, it will not get it all for you 2 years and everything will be done with. We know how you get a leader red project. So we're not depending on you for left or right.
All right. Thank you so much, David King, to this call. Good evening.
Good evening, Nippon.
My brother, go ahead.
Thank you very much. I want to say good evening to you and Mom. This is the common board chairman. UNP will be actually from Sophia District 4. I want to say thank you for your conversation as a 13th Catholic press and the plea have gone to Ministry of Commerce. But let me say this to my president. Mr. President, we were told a guy for the 2 years experience. What is on the book in our constitution says that the ministers of all government appointees, they work at the will and pleasure of the president. We elected you to do our job, not to come out to complain to us. Don't let complain. If the woman is still effective, sack her. If the call for investigation is very prosecute, that what we put you there to do, but not to move from there and don't do our work. Why do you complain for? Can we not go there? We know how you go there, and you know how you employ her. Don't complain. As you have to do with each of government. Look, the president, like I always say, we're not doing that. Why we must set the bar so high for another president, don't bring it low for another president? Look, in 2002, when Ukrainian president and Russian president came here, or the price of fuel, gas, and fuel related product double about 400%. That is global report. Go check the account. It increased. But then the same president in opposition, he was saying a lot of things. He said, look, Liberia is different from Ukraine and Russia. Russia way on that is in attitude. Now they are what they were using there.
All right. Thank you so much to this caller. Good evening.
Yeah, my brother Mayborn. This is so man. Mayborn is sad, man. Why would the president be insulting our people in this manner?
My brother.
He can be using sarcasm on the people who take it from poverty. But on the point a fool for himself. The people give job now, you can't get insulting there. You say, oh, that big already will pray for you. That thing is very disrespectful and unruly. You can't be speaking in that form and manner. So I know you stay angry when you're in power. What kind of old man is this, Mayborn? It's sad, man. They want to deal with anger and try to be doing a level job. You shouldn't be vomiting out arrogance. That be arrogant to the Liberian people. They put you on poverty. You couldn't work.
All right. Thank you. Let's move back to other callers. 0770203125. That's the number to call this evening to be part of the SKTV show. I have to say, yeah, well, in fact, your president said bread and butter is not about giving you back a rest. Some of you like back a rest. Hello?
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, my brother, good evening.
Yes, sir. Thank you. This is Susan. I want to take you to part of me that I'm a little challenge. So I listened to the conversation, but in fact, the president having those cabinet meetings or retreats is actually intended to acknowledge and advise the lieutenant. It's not intended to complain because they are appointed by the president when at the will and pleasure of the president. So whenever they go for these cabinet meetings, he informs them about their errors and weaknesses. So the president also wants people to understand that we have other issues as it relates to the Iran war and other crises around.
But the same thing was happening yesterday, Hussein, when you were saying that the previous government, in fact, they were not able to rule Liberia, that you gave Liberia over to the old man.
You know, people did it. That I know of people there. I was not one of those who said we have to go down, we have coronavirus in the country.
Were you not United Party? Are you not United Party person? Are you not support of the United Party?
I'm a proud one.
Okay.
So it does not suggest that I support every negativity of previous government, right? Because we want the country to go in all the way we are set. So neighbor, it should not be the same thing. Yesterday people did it.
No, I have to continue because hello, I have to continue because if you say that maybe one can play well and you have to play, and when you count the fee, if you're not doing well, you're not expecting people to call them to tell you they're not doing well.
So maybe if we would look at the different environmental initiatives across the country, say for example, look at the Southeastern Road, right?
Hello?
Yeah, so
all right, so we're not getting you again. I don't know what happened, but today's call up. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to tell you, thank you for the discussion. Maybe I will love because you just be thankful that like people can only do the talking and they just waiting for another year to come. Because all of the promises, our neighbor, our president, we have not seen any of the year neighbor. Just today, I monitor, the cocoa sector. The people, they are grieving because the power determine how much we give them. And the power will tell them, I will give you this. And they say they got our children to go to school, they got to feed themselves. So that they'll just dash them with it. What kind of country there is no system set up? Everything also done here right here. All of the promises they made after now, I will bring job, I will create job, company will come. Now they company. They make it 45 years. Where you get you 1 year or now.
All right, thank you. Brother Ali, you try calling me. Ali, go ahead. You try calling me on the WhatsApp. Yeah, those of you who are also calling on the WhatsApp, please, 1 minute, those of you back home. Let me take some of our callers also. Yeah, you know, our people outside of Liberia, they also want to be part of the happening of the day. Yeah, let me take Ali and another caller. I will get back to all of you back home, please. Yeah, but Ali, go ahead. You try calling me. No, yeah, I want to get Ali. I want to get the other guys on the WhatsApp. Please, those of you back here, wait small. I will get back to all of you. Let me take a few calls from the WhatsApp. I want to do little justice to our people. Let me see quickly. I think but Prince also try calling me also from the WhatsApp line. And let me see whether he's already active. I want to get back to all of them here this evening so they can have to say. All right, so I think I will come back home. Send most of them, they are maybe setting up to call back. Yeah. So keep your calls coming 077020312 quickly to this call.
Hello, brother.
Yes. Okay.
I don't know where this country where it going.
The deacon said, in fact, they did wasting time until free price go up.
Yeah, they didn't know. They was declaring something yesterday. You not get with nothing. It's not being that you get wisdom. Methuselah age, with King Solomon wisdom, not a sin. But like people just going all ahead. Thank you, girl.
Thank you so much. Let me take the other caller. Then we'll go back to the WhatsApp quickly and take a few calls from there. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
This
Yes.
is Ruben Stewart from Ghana. Therefore, we
Okay. Then why we paying people? Hello, my brother. Tell us. Then why we paying people huge sum of money like footballers? If they can score our goal, then why we paying them money? Because everything is about results. You know, I agree with you that we can make miracle. That's 100% with the photo. I agree with you. But yeah. Hello, I'm asking you, why are we paying the people use on money? I'm asking you, answer this question. Simple. Now you're talking now.
No.
All right. So the deacon also taking use on the money, but again, that's it. Hello to this caller. Good evening. Yeah. Y'all let Becca rest being the 18 now, the men are putting your face in. Y'all let Becca rest. Every little thing, y'all want Becca rest. All right, thank you. Let me go to the WhatsApp line quickly. I want to take a few questions from that across over to Mom because I want to question. I wanted to ask more about football. Yeah, but Ali, thank you. Go ahead. I've been waiting for you. Yeah, man. Ali, what's up, Chairman? Remember you run away today, though.
Yeah, Libo, what's up? What's up, Mom? How you guys doing?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Fine.
Yeah, my man. Yeah, thank you for the show. You see, right now, I think the president repeating from Gafuan, what Gafuan told the Liberian people, they don't want people to buy bread and butter and can't give it to you. There you will know the bread and butter issue have been solved in the country. Then that is it. And the president is saying the same thing. So now the president, and this is why I said it last time, I'm very, very happy that those yellow machines are in the town. The president is making you to understand today now that yellow machines are in the town. These are some of the things to show to Liberia that the bread border issue is coming to be solved. But since President Baka asked for time, like Mo said, he's asking for another 6 years. Because you already have 4 years to go and then you're asking for time. It just let tell you that the other 4 years that you had, these are wasted years that people shouldn't depend on you. But that's Liberia there. And this is why we don't have to politicize everything. When the Ukraine and Russia war started, when gas prices went up, even in the great America here right now, in my state, gas prices going up. The people politicize it. Now, you see the war in Iran now, gas prices is going up. So the same miracle you wanted the previous administration to do, you have to do that same miracle, President Bakai. You have so much experience, use it. Thank you guys for the show.
Thank you, Brother Aliu. You have my pressure, Madigo. You only have bigger rest been there. Yeah, I wanted to take the WhatsApp call up quickly, then I'll come back to Mark so we can go home for the day. We have a little time, at least to check, because it's not easy to leadership. Look, now we will know that we're going out to the ballot bar now to vote. We will now start picking out more people and say, yeah, they want, yeah. You know, they have some kind of song that the people always play, you know, more. Yeah, they won't want to become president. That won't allow. Sometimes I go and be playing this kind of song and be laughing and say, yeah, like very interesting. So my deacon say, you know, he said to admit, they need delay until the fuel price go up. No, quickly let me take, I wanted to get a guy on the show quickly before going back, calling me back to back. Yeah, okay, good. So Prince, my brother, good evening. You live on the show.
How you guys doing?
We okay. Thank God for life.
Yeah, good afternoon to Monk over there. Hey, McDonald brother, how you doing there? Trying to defend your party as much as possible, but you can't, brother. They didn't have to defend. The whole scenario about Joseph Boakai writing letter to Arsenal goalkeeper, I don't know where it came from. I don't know. He made a great mistake today by saying nothing. So, fast forward is that during President George Weah time, George Weah left the country to go watch football game. We all agree. But in this life, you got your child, and your child is graduating from high school, and you say you're not going to attend that graduation. Maybe it's one time of this kid's life that he's going to play this World Cup. So his father wants to see him playing. In other words, we have vice presidents, we have president pro tem, we have a speaker. If we are run the country, that's the thing. President, we have left the country, he went out of the country. Joseph Boakai, the political say, any way they can, they turn it all start down, the citizen try to turn it the other way, Joseph Boakai put it the other way. Oh, we got a football player that don't know how to run the country, and get a country, the football players, so this, that. First, where we are coming from now to say, oh, well, let me say that the other day, now we have to take that, they're going this way now. So, what's that to defend? It's nothing to defend, don't know?
All right.
All right, we here.
All right, thank you, my brother. Other WhatsApp numbers try calling quickly. There go. Yeah, no time already. Let me see the other WhatsApp line quickly. People, those of you back into the home, you are just leaving now. Yeah, we already finished. Let me see quickly. Let me get back to the WhatsApp line that have been calling me back to back to have their say here on the show this evening. Yeah, the Gunners people, you're gonna start having pre-celebrate. I hope even my deal when I go for that. For the Premier League, when Arsenal win, but let me easy. All right, I think this person is basic. So we gotta go more. Oh, okay, the chairman is here, Steve, but we are almost now wrapping up to go. We're back after listening.
Let the man use the remaining 6 minutes. Tomorrow we'll continue this.
Yeah, gentlemen, sorry, I'm having difficulty with the tech, with my system here. I don't know what's going on. It keep kicking me off and putting me back on. So I've been trying the back to really come in. To be quite honest, Monk, I would probably listen to your closing. Maybe I could do my closing from there if you don't mind, please. Because I wasn't listening for the entirety of the show.
No, it was just the president, like I said, from the cabinet meeting, the short message we get from the president is literally thrown in a towel because the AID agenda is supposed to be a 5-year framework, and they got pillars that they should have implemented, and he's saying there are no results from one single one of the pillars before I'm talking about the 5. And the president started pointing finger to some of his cabinet. He started naming them individually, like pointing finger to the cabinet meeting. And one statement that he made that we didn't pick up, but in the write-up, is the fact that there are people in his government that are trying to honor man from within. So it's almost like a general who believes that he's not going to win a war, and then he start looking for somebody able-bodied lieutenant to start blaming. And we told you from day one, look, you can like Joseph Boakai all you want, you can play a chopper party. He's not an effective executive. And we saw it coming, and the president himself. So at the end of the day, matter of fact, he even went as far as insulting you, the Liberian people, that you think when they say bread and butter issue will put rest in the truck and bring it to her. No, Liberian people are not asking you to bring rest to their houses. It never happened before in history. So why are you mentioning that? So he only following up on the finance minister insult by adding more insult to injury. And at the end of the day, he's shifting blame because the result, Joseph Boakai is not a small boy. He knows what's going on. He cannot see the result. And for the fact that the expectation for Joseph Boakai about this wisdom, this old age, and being in government for 40 years, it was just too much for him to carry. And I think he himself on live camera is finally admitting that we're not going to get better results from him. That's why he starts shifting blame to other people midway in his presidency. That's exactly what we just witnessed on live camera. So for you trying to play defense, you can play defense, but the reality is there, and it came from the president's mouth, not from anybody on Sktv or Truth FM. So that's it, Steve. That's what we.
Well, thank you, Monk. Let me say this. I know some of you don't like to hear it, but let me say it because for me, I don't hold back my words. We told you before, Joseph Boakai is irresponsible. And part of his irresponsibility is he never takes blame for anything that's wrong. No, he never. The scene where how he sat down with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, they looted the country, destroyed the country, brought homosexuality in the country and exposed homosexuality in the country, stole from the Liberian people all those years. And he came by and said he was a Paka. You remember that statement? Only irresponsible leaders can do that. When things go well, then he won't benefit from it. You know, in the statement that Joseph Boakai making that they will not take rice and put it in the truck or whatever it is and bring it to the Liberian people. It's sweet for the Liberian people. We told y'all. Me, I will keep on saying it. We told y'all. We told y'all. We told y'all. First of all, where the AARD coming from again? I thought we had arrest agenda. When we switched to AARD, to tell you that these people got no plan, no head, no tail, bunch of confused elements moving around. The vice president that they're appointing to that Joseph Boakai talking about he should take charge or whatever it is. The vice president said, I know nothing. Beheaded buffon. Jeremiah Kun. You know nothing. Oh. Una corruption, you know, and stealing. Oh. Jeremiah Kun, I know fine. Jeremiah Kun was a serious joke. You know fine. But when you talk about stealing, Bennett, you know. Jeremiah Kun know how to steal. So, one criminal passes to another criminal, so you're on your now. The joke is on your. You will understand yourself. You will understand yourself. The joke is on your. The old criminal passes to the young criminal. Well,
let me ask you quickly, Steve, some say on the radio, with the blame shifting, what happened that Mandika is now shifting the blame now to the commerce minister? And there are a lot of loopholes, even the justice system, everywhere, there are problems everywhere, but only now the commerce minister.
My man, you get a whole, what they call minister, justice minister, went in front of the Senate, punk out and begged the Senate yesterday that commerce minister. What kind of role the commerce minister playing?
His subpoena was illegal, so he was retracting his own subpoena. Like, no, you just been correct. You don't believe in what you believe in. Don't play on you. That's why you went over there and cut out to them. You know exactly what you are doing.
My man,
an illegal subpoena.
First of all, say what kind of justice minister saying him? The fact the justice minister incriminated himself yesterday by saying he did an illegal subpoena. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine that in front of Senate committee you go and incriminate yourself? Can you imagine that? That perjury, that's a crime.
That's perjury. The justice minister, nobody put that word in your mouth. He went there and told the word that what he did is illegal. Do you know what that means? Do you know what it means for you to commit a crime and come in public and admit that you committed a crime? But let me say to the Liberian people, the joke is on y'all. I'm telling you about the one. Me, I think I left about me. I don't drive by. I'm not going to. The joke on y'all. Y'all bring your way by. Y'all bring United by again.
Yeah.
The joke will be on y'all, my people. I will remind you every time I come on the show. The joke is on y'all. Like y'all can go stay in line and vote for these people now. Like y'all can kind of make excuse. And I saw someone Kakula calling the phone here that he not see Jesus. Jesus not appeared to you. You ready? My picking you a balance. The time we're talking, you a balance, my picking. But Melvin, thank you so much. Tomorrow will be here.
Tomorrow we'll go deep into the Chinese stuff and we'll follow the president's speech as well. Those two will be there.
Yeah, we'll let you know the BB board.
Exactly, we gotta go. Thank you so much.
Your justice minister say he's a criminal. Yeah, the justice minister say he's an illegal thing. He's a criminal.
Yeah, we hope that you work on that thing, man. Chairman, we really miss you today.
The justice minister called himself criminal.
All right. Thank you, Mark. See you on tomorrow by God's grace.
All right. God willing, tomorrow. We'll see you tomorrow. Yep.
I've seen the opening. But of all the things that we do, job creation, the Liberians, of course, there are a lot of Liberians who don't, when they talk about bread and butter issues, some of them think that you're supposed to always carry them a bag of rice or something like that. But the bread and butter issues are even those issues, like the yellow machines that are here, that are going to help to open up the country, to create employment opportunities. Of course, we're talking about employment. I think they have seen the opening. But of all the things that we do, job creation, the Liberians, of course, there are a lot of Liberians who don't, when they talk about bread and butter issues, some of them think that you're supposed to always carry them a bag of rice or something like that. But the bread and butter issues are even those issues, like the yellow machines that are here, that are going to help to open up the country, to create employment opportunities. Of course, we're talking about employment. I think they are seeing the opening. But of all the things that we do, job creation, the Liberians, of course, there are a lot of Liberians who don't, when they talk about bread and butter issues, some of them think that you're supposed to always carry them a bag of rice or something like that. But the bread and butter issues are even those issues, like the yellow machines that are here, that are going to help to open up the country, to create employment opportunities. Of course, we're talking about employment.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. What about people who waiting to sell? The blessing that time and the effort are rest. The brothers giving up here and the parents from there. The welcome and life without again.
I lyrical health.
Master.
Clay Paris, who make on you, I can't Sktv venue. Say my journey, Tina get I say my jamo. And yes, I know money, and more I yo. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lofa and grandbaza.
And I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna flee ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I dine ya to money, and I salia ya to money, and I wanna flee ya to money, and I could do boy ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the baby, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must survive the lopa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We talk about podcasts and connecting people and culture from getting up out of the club. What about people who waiting to sell? The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving are real and the premise my best. The work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Kidman, Monserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Punk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.